What's up, people? That was an exciting episode of Days, I will say. It was emotional. It was very emotional because Daniel's death, his death caused a major ripple effect in Salem. Um, and now they're all planning the funeral. Um, I feel bad for Maggie. Definitely feel bad for Parker and Melanie because they lost their father, and of course everybody's feeling guilt over something because Melanie, she feels guilty because, like she told Maggie, she feels guilty because she moved back to Europe to be with her mother when she felt she should have stayed in Salem to be with her father. But she couldn't have known her father was going to die. Her father loved her. He was proud of her. um and of course Nicole is taking this extremely, like, Nicole just looked like she's about ready for a psychiatric hospital. She is not taking this well at all because her and Daniel were getting ready to get married, and it looked like she I feel bad for her too because you know what, Nicole never gets no fucking happiness. Any happiness that she does get is always short lived. She had failed marriages. She had two dead babies. She suffered two miscarriages. I feel bad for her. I feel bad. I really do because it's like she does not get no happiness, and if she does, it doesn't last long. It's like, when is her happiness really gonna set in? Like, when is she gonna have her husband, her kids, her white picket fence with a golden retriever? Like, when is she gonna have that life? You know what I mean? Like, when? It's like, when is it gonna happen, on the final episode of this show or something? Like, I would hate for it to happen that late, but it needs to happen. Like, seriously, because this is fucked up. Like, very fucked up. And Parker's taking it hard. So apparently Parker, he wants to stay in Salem. He does not want to move back to Chicago with Chloe. He wants to stay in Salem. You know, and keep living in the apartment and live with Nicole. I think what's gonna happen is, I think, of course, Chloe, because I heard she was coming back to the show full time. So I believe Chloe and Nicole are gonna share Daniel's apartment together. It's only right. I mean, it's only befitting. Um, Nicole was taking it very hard when it came to planning the funeral, and she kind of lashed out at Maggie or whatever because they had different opinions on the reception. Because Nicole wanted the reception to be just family and close friends. That's all she wanted. Family, close friends, that's it. But Maggie wanted it to kind of be more open ended because she said Daniel touched a lot of people, and she doesn't want to deprive those people of paying their respects. I understand where Maggie's coming from. Definitely. I get where Maggie's coming from, but I also get where Nicole's coming from. Because if I was having a funeral, even if it was my own funeral, that's the way I would kind of want it too. I would want it personal, intimate, you know what I mean? Because you want your relatives to grieve in peace, not to be bombarded by a bunch of people. But here's what, there has to be a compromise in this case. And I think the compromise is, I think at the house, I think at Victor and Maggie's house, they should have a private reception. They should have family, close friends. But I think at the hospital, they should do like another memorial, like a memorial tribute to Daniel at the hospital for the public. People that he touched, co workers, you know what I mean? Former patients, maybe current patients that he had at the time of death. I think they should do something like that. I think it'd be real cool, and I think Daniel would love it. I think they should do that. It's all about compromise. I did not like the way Victor treated Teresa today. I hated it. It was like, seriously, Victor, come on now. No wonder Eve and everybody call him an old coot, because it's like, seriously, Victor, that was uncalled for, and it was unnecessary, especially during this time. Especially in front of your wife who just lost her son, and you're saying all of this hideous things about Teresa in front of her. Like, come on now, that's not right. Blaming her for this entire accident, really? Eric, in my opinion, is to blame. He should have never been. I mean, I know that the roads were icy and it was dark. I get that, but at the same time, that man should have not been out there drunk, drinking and driving. So how you gonna blame Teresa all because she got Brady a gift and he turned the car around to come get it? You can't blame her for that. Come on, Victor. Victor's just using anything to get that girl away from Brady. He's using anything because he hates her. And I know some people in the town still hate Teresa and stuff like that, but at least, Brady, he wants to be with her. Jennifer's nice to her. She got Eve, she got people. Maggie's, mellowed out towards her over the past few months. You know what I mean? Victor is pretty much the hard sell on this point. But I feel like, Teresa is at least, and I agree with Brady told Victor, because Victor wanted Brady to move back into the mansion so he could, hire doctors and nurses and stuff, to care for Brady around the clock. But he's going to need space to do it, so he wants him to move back into the mansion. But of course, Brady's not going to do that because of the way Victor treats Teresa. And I agree with Brady. You can't blame her. At least Teresa is trying to fucking change because she is. Teresa's trying to make a name for herself in the fashion industry. That's why she partnered up with Kate and Nicole at Basic Black. She's trying to have a career. She's trying to earn people's respect. She's actually trying to change. And it's for the better, not for the worse. So I think you should show her some respect for that and some admiration. Even if you don't fully like her, it's like you have to respect what she's doing. And at least she's trying to be a better person, especially for Brady, not just for Brady, but for her son, and most importantly, for herself. You think she wants to be evil all the time? No. We got enough villains on this damn show. But, I respect the fact that she's trying to change, and it's hard when people don't appreciate it. I get that when she first came to town, she was a bitch on wheels, plotted, schemed, did whatever she had to do to get whatever she wanted to get. I get that, but everybody on this show got skeletons. Everybody on this show has done dirt. So it's like you can't don't throw stones at glass houses because, Victor ain't perfect. He's no saint. I mean, come on, he's a fucking criminal crime. He's a crime lord or a former crime lord. You know what I mean? He's done dirt. Look at the way he treated Nicole when they were married. He forced her into marrying him. Like seriously. And he treated her like scum during their marriage. Had her locked up in a room, had her handcuffed, all type of shit. He treats people, like trash. And then when they try to change, you don't give them the benefit of the doubt. It's like, come on, Victor. Um, I understand Marlena is trying to look out for her son. I get that. She's trying to look out for Eric. She don't want Eric to go to prison. You know? But I agree with Roman and I agree with Justin. They're just doing their job. They have to charge him. I found it funny. Roman said he assumes that the charge is going to be vehicular manslaughter. How do you're the commissioner of police. How do you assume what the charge is going to be? As a police commissioner, shouldn't you know what the charge is going to be? Because it's a local crime, so I'm assuming his police department will be filing charges, will be arresting Eric. Um, but I'm glad Roman and Justin are doing their jobs and that they are going to prosecute. They are going to arrest them and charges are going to be filed. I'm glad because you know what? If they didn't do this, then Roman might as well put his badge on the table and resign. Justin might as well step down as the district attorney because at the end of the day, you got to uphold the law, whether you like it or not. And they don't like doing this. Justin don't want to do this. Roman damn sure don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, it's what you have to do. And I'm proud of Eric because at least Eric wants to take responsibility. He told Roman, don't pull no strings, don't nothing. I don't want no special treatment. I don't want no charges reduced. Nothing. Just let me serve my time, whatever time I got to serve. And I get where Marlene is coming from. She wants to protect her child. I get that. But your child is being a man and he's doing the right thing. He's doing the right thing. He's owning his shit, which a lot of people on these shows don't do. A lot of people in real life don't do. They don't own their shit, and at least he wants to. He feels guilty about what he did. And maybe the judge will show some leniency. And I'm happy that Jennifer came to see him and stuff. And, she's not blaming him either for the crash, even though it is his fault. partially, but she, she's not blaming him. She's very nice to him, brought him flowers, and that's what I like about Jennifer. She's not really holding grudges. You know what I mean? She's not angry. She's, she reminds me. Jennifer reminds me a lot of Victoria Lord from One Life to Live. She reminds me of her because she has that role to where she could be the matriarch of the town. You know what I mean? Because Vicky was like that too. I mean, Vicky could be a bitch sometimes if she wanted to be, but she had a forgiving heart. She was very kind to people, even people that sometimes did her wrong. She still showed sympathy. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about Jennifer, because at least somebody's being kind to him. You know. So yeah, Eve. I thought Eve Donovan, well, Cassie DePiper was leaving the show. I was surprised to see Eve. Um, she was talking to Justin and stuff like that, and they set up a little dinner date, and that's when Eduardo came up, talking about the music school and how she's happy about it because now she has something to focus on ever since Paige's death, and she feels she feels useful instead of useless. Um, and how she's working with Claire Brady because she felt like Claire's family wasn't really pushing her to sing or to be a musician, but now she gets to work with her and stuff. Um, that was a lovely scene between the two of them. I loved that scene between Eduardo and Eve. A part of me kind of felt like there was still chemistry between them, like they might still have lingering feelings for each other. But that's when the pariah showed up, Kate. Kate showed up looking. How come every man that comes to town, Kate has to get first dibs on him? She was like that with Clyde. She was just like that with a lot of guys that came to town. Like she always got to be on them. Now she all up on Eduardo, and Eduardo wants to take her to dinner, and she, of course, is gonna make him work for it. Kate ain't easy. She might have been a hooker back in the day, but she ain't one now. Tricking ain't easy, and definitely tricking with Kate ain't cheap. So you're gonna take her out to dinner, it better be somewhere pricey. Um, I love Kate though. She's a bitch, but I love her. Um, I did love the scene between Maggie and Melanie. Sitting there talking and crying over Daniel. Um, that was a nice scene. John, I guess he found some information on his mother. He found out who his bio parents are or whatever. Eduardo gave him the information. I mean, damn though. John is like over 60 years old. It's like, why are you still looking for your parents? I kind of get it because he wants that closure in his life. You know what I mean? Some people want that. They want closure, especially about where they come from. You know what I mean? So I definitely get that part of it. But me, if it was me and I'm 60 years old, I don't want to know my parents. Because I'm over 60. If I'm over 60, I don't want to know. It's like, whatever. I've been on this earth 60 years. You think I want to know who my parents are? No, because it's been 60 years of my life. No, I don't think so. But like that's just me. I mean, different strokes for different folks. But he's been looking for his parents for decades. I remember at one point he thought he was a Demira, he was an Alamein. What is he gonna be next? A Kyriakis? Like seriously, like what is it? A Brady? Like what are you gonna be? Pick and choose. Come on now. They need to find his parents and let this be done with. Cause John been looking for his parents since he was how old? And you about 60 now? Like he been looking for his parents for a minute. It's like damn, they keep his storyline remind me a lot of Rex Brady from One Life to Live. Because how Rex used to always look for his biological parents. And the funny thing is, one of his biological parents was in Landview that whole time, Clint. I was like, damn, and it took you that long? What if John's parents are literally in Salem right now? Like, that'd be funny. Um, I love the scene with Jennifer and Teresa. Teresa need to stop blaming herself. Victor needs to back off of Teresa. Like, seriously, he just does. Like, he needs to back off. Like, your grandson is a grown ass man. I get that you want to protect your family, but at this point, even if Teresa is a gold digger, how does that affect you? It doesn't affect your wallet because she doesn't have access to it, so it's not affecting your money. So don't worry about it. Brady's a grown ass man. He needs to stand on his own 2 feet. If that's the woman he wants to be with, then that's who he gonna be with. At the end of the day, Tate is their son. Whether Victor likes it or not, they're gonna be bonded because of that boy for the rest of their life. So you need to get with it or get lost. Seriously. Because Victor, I mean, I can't stand when parents or grandparents are just so meddlesome in their adult kids' life. Like, especially their love life. It's like, back off. Do anybody tell you, did they object to you marrying Maggie? Did they interfere in that relationship? Do they currently interfere in your marriage, Victor? No. Because they like Maggie. Even if they didn't like Maggie, I doubt that they would try to separate y'all. Like, seriously. When he was married to Vivian, nobody objected to that, even though they thought it was a stupid ass move. Him marrying Vivian, but nobody tried to break him and Vivian up. So, butt out of their life. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That scene with Eric at the end when he was crying, that shit was tough to watch. It really was. I have a feeling that Nicole and that new doctor are gonna. I think they're gonna be a couple because he was flirting with her even when he came to town. He was flirting with her. I think her and the new doctor are gonna be together at some point. I think it's probably gonna be another month, maybe 2 months down the road, maybe three, depending how long they want her to grieve over Daniel. But I feel like her and that new doctor are definitely gonna hook up because yes, he was flirting with her from the moment he met her in that park. They were flirting. I mean, at the hospital, they were flirting. He always flirted with her. You could see the twinkle in his eye. He want that. He want that good, good. Nicole, I'm just saying, hopefully she finds her happiness. So anyway, I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day. See you all tomorrow.